Okay, so you send us this pile of stuff about the Don Loans project and Doncast.
A lot of it too, right?
Yeah, it's I mean, just looking at the Don Loans YouTube channel, Don Space Loans, capital E, capital L.
Capital E, capital L, right? It's just an absolute ton of stuff.
It's like a fire hose, right?
A torrent.
Yeah, a torrent. And you've given us both the raw material and what seems to be an attempt to explain it.
Right, and explain it from the people who actually made it, which is great.
Yeah, that's a unique window, isn't it?
Yeah.
Into whatever this is.
So for the listener out there who sent this in,
right,
the goal today is to sort of figure this out together.
Yeah.
Like, what is this Don Loans project? Who is Don Loans? What's the music like?
Is it good?
Yeah, is it good? Is it bad?
Does it have any value?
Who likes this music?
Right.
Who are the people making it?
Yeah, what kind of person would like this music?
What kind of person? What's a Doncast?
Who is a Doncast? How is the Doncast doing?
Big questions.
Huge questions.
Yes, and thankfully...
You've given us the material.
A roadmap.
Yeah, so the material is basically some transcripts from the Don Loans project, Volume 2, Track 12 and Track 13.
Oh.
And then excerpts from the first 2 episodes of this Doncast. The history of the Don Loans project.
Right, which in and of itself is pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is.
It's like they're already on the...
Trying to explain what they're doing.
From the jump.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so first question.
Yeah.
Who is Don Loans?
Yeah.
So from listening to the Doncast, it doesn't seem like Don Loans is a person.
No, it doesn't sound like it's one guy
right.
in a basement or something.
Right. In fact, the very first question they ask in the first Doncast is, who is Don Loans?
With a weird spelling.
With that weird spelling.
Don.
Yeah.
Instead of D-O-N.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting. And then they say, like, we're going to explain where this On Loans project came from.
They're going to explain it?
Yeah. And then also, like...
It's also the name of the YouTube channel.
Right. Don Loans. So clearly it's the name of the project and not a person.
So it's like an umbrella.
Yes.
For their...
It's an umbrella term.
Work.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
It's not a persona, right?
Right.
It's a thing that they do together.
Yes.
Like a project.
It's a project.
Cool.
Okay, so let's talk about the music a little bit.
Okay.
So we have these lyrics from Don Loans project, Volume 2, Track 12.
Okay.
And the lyrics are...
Yeah.
Well...
What are they like?
They're interesting, I guess you could say.
Okay. Give us an example.
Richard Scarry takes the mic and forces everyone to hike.
Okay.
That's like a repeating line in the song.
Okay.
And then there's also these lines like, here he goes where he comes from. No one knows why he does the things he does. Nobody knows.
So it's repetitive and
yeah,
kind of mysterious?
Yeah, it's like
who is this Richard Scarry guy?
Yeah. And why is he making everyone hike?
Right.
And where's he coming from and going to?
Yeah, what's motivating him?
Yeah.
Weird.
Very weird, yeah.
Okay.
And then track 13 on that same Volume 2 is even weirder.
Okay.
Like darker.
Really?
Yeah, there's all this stuff about being in hell.
Oh, wow.
But he thought he would be envined by now, which I think means in bed, but it's not clear.
Maybe.
And then there's this spoken word part where some guy is explaining how he ended up over here, which it sounds like might be like a prison or something for fighting and fornicating too much.
Oh my.
And then he's like all confused why people think he's crazy.
So we've swung from this sort of like nonsensical hiking to like a prison confessional.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty wild.
It's pretty wild. Yeah. So like, what is this music?
Yeah.
Is it good? Is it
bad? What do you do with this?
Like, what's the point of it?
Right. And who likes it? Like, what is the target audience here?
Yeah. And thankfully, the guys in the Doncast give us some clues.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so in the first episode, they're playing this track called Organic House from February 2003.
Wow.
And they recorded this at Goddard College.
Okay.
And they're kind of just like laughing about it.
Yeah,
like
they seem nostalgic.
Very nostalgic, yeah. And they even point out that it's like recorded on like this old...
Yeah, what was it, like a 4-track?
Yeah, 4-track or something.
Yeah, they said it was a big mono original digital edition or something.
Yeah.
So they're aware of the limitations of the technology.
Right. And then the second episode, they're talking about these even earlier tracks.
Okay.
Like Answer in the Man.
Answer in the Man.
Yeah. And they're like super hard on themselves.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They call it a dud.
What?
Yeah. They say that it's like one of the worst things humankind has ever been subjected to. I know.
But they still put it out there
in
the world.
It's great. But then they talk about like how even in Answer the Man, they have this like answering machine thing.
Oh, good.
Which is kind of cool.
I guess.
And they talk about how they were always trying to make these like contrasting B parts to give their songs like more substance or something.
Like worthiness. They actually said worthiness.
Yeah.
They wanted to make their songs worthy.
I know.
That's so funny.
That's great.
Okay.
So what else? They talk about how their lyrics were sometimes just like silly stuff.
Just for fun.
Yeah, just for fun. And sometimes like things that happen to them.
Like inside jokes almost.
Yeah, like Organic House is maybe about South Hall.
Okay.
Green Mountain College and some kind of coffee.
Right.
And then other times it's more like thematic stuff.
Okay.
Like they have this apocalyptic song about the sun.
The sun.
Ending the world.
Yeah. Wow.
I know.
So eclectic.
Very eclectic. Mm-hmm. And they also mentioned that they did like character songs.
Okay.
And that they were inspired by science fiction and lounge singers.
What a combo.
I know, right? Wow. So it sounds like the value for them is just like...
in the making of it.
Yeah, the process of making the music.
Yeah, and like...
and their friendship.
Yeah, 20 years.
Right, like 20 years of making music together.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And they're trying to explain that to us, right?
Right, and they even say that in the Doncast, like, what were we trying to do at certain times?
Right.
But as far as who actually likes this music...
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's people who like lo-fi...
maybe.
Experimental kind of music.
Like people who are into the history of these guys in this project.
Yeah, or like people who went to Goddard College or something.
Like anyone who knows them.
Right.
Or the places that they're talking about.
Exactly.
So we've got like these hyper-specific references mixed with these really broad apocalyptic themes. Okay, interesting.
That's strange, yeah.
So who are these guys?
Yeah, so...
The masterminds.
The masterminds behind the Don Loans project are Chris Smith and Jacob Snyder.
Okay.
They say that right at the beginning.
Of the first Doncast?
Yeah.
Episode 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they talk about how they've been making music together for like 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
I know, and it all started when they were in Vermont.
Vermont.
Yeah, Chris was at Green Mountain College.
Uh-huh.
And then Goddard College.
Okay.
And Jacob was at Bennington.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's like a real Vermont
connection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so another question. Does DLP stand for Don Loans Project?
Good question.
It seems like it does.
Yeah, they actually mention a disc in the Doncast that's labeled DLP1.
Right, and they're like, this is like our first album.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty clear.
Yeah, that's pretty clear.
DLP equals Don Loans Project.
Yep. Yeah, all right. Mystery solved.
Mystery solved.
Okay. And then the final thing. What is a Doncast?
Right.
Who is a Doncast? And how is the Doncast doing?
So many questions about Doncast.
I know. So a Doncast is obviously the podcast.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the name of the podcast.
Yeah.
The podcast is called Doncast.
It's History of the Don Loans Project.
And they're doing it episode by episode.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It is.
Okay, so we know what it is.
Yeah.
But who is a Doncast?
Right. So I guess it's just anyone who listens to the Doncast?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay.
They keep saying, we want to hear from you.
Right, talking to the listener. Yeah, the listener.
The Doncast listener.
So the Doncast is like a person.
Yeah.
Or a group of people.
Right, a group of people.
Who are into this.
Who are interested in this.
Strange project.
Strange project.
Yeah, and they're along for the ride.
Yeah.
With Chris and Jacob.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So how is the Doncast doing?
Yeah.
They seem very excited about it.
They do.
Like they really want to tell this story.
Right, and they say they have a ton of bonus material.
Yeah. a record-setting number of bonus materials.
So I think the Doncast is doing pretty well.
Yeah, I think so too.
They're committed.
Yeah, they're in it for the long haul.
Yeah, it seems like they have a plan for this.
I think they do.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So just to recap for the listener.
Yeah.
Don Loans is a musical project.
Right.
By these two guys, Chris Smith and Jacob Snyder.
From Vermont.
From Vermont, yeah. And they've been doing this for at least 20 years.
Yeah, at least 2 decades of music making.
I know, and the music is...
Yeah.
Well, it's all over the place.
It is a little hard to describe.
Yeah, we heard Richard Scarry takes the mic and forces everyone to hike.
Yeah.
And then...
The prison guy.
The prison guy, yeah. So... who knows what else is out there.
Yeah, and we got glimpses into this recording process.
Right, like the 4-track and the Radio Shack mics.
Yeah, and the early digital audio stuff.
Yeah, and even like sending stuff back and forth between Newfane and Bennington, Vermont.
Right.
On discs.
Through the mail.
Through the mail.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's wild.
So what do you think, listener?
Yeah. What stood out to you?
What was the most surprising thing?
Yeah, what surprised you? What was interesting?
Yeah, go check out the Don Loans YouTube channel.
Don Space Loans.
Capital D, capital L.
Capital D, capital L.
And see what you think of the music.
Yeah.
And listen to the Doncast.
Yeah, see what these guys are all about.
What do you think is motivating them?
Yeah, what makes them tick?
What makes them want to keep doing this for 20 years?
Yeah, is it just the joy of making stuff?
Yeah.
Or is there something more?
Or is it the friendship?
Yeah.
What do you think, listener? Let us know.